G'day friends, welcome to Mermay Day 19, 2018. Wow, my brain is gone. It's officially the weekend, so I'm checking out a little bit. You know I like to do that on a Saturday. Today's piece I've actually used a reference image for, so I'm going to pop that up on the screen. This is Gemma Ward. She's an Australian supermodel, and this is an Irving Penn photo. It's black and white. It's beautiful. It's from Vogue 2006, if anyone cares to know where that's from. She's also she's a model, but she was also an actress. She did a little part in Pirates of the Caribbean. She was that mermaid in On Stranger Tides, and in Baz Luhrmann's The Great Gatsby, she was one of these little flapper ladies, which I think she looks gorgeous in. Anyway, so Gemma Ward, right? She's an Australian supermodel. She has a fun story because she's a total tomboy and she wanted to be an actress when she grew up, but she ended up being scouted at a model search competition with her friends, and she didn't win the competition, but she caught the eye of whoever she needed to catch the eye of. She ended up joining an agency in New York. She went to Prada, and Miuccia Prada basically had her as a muse for a whole collection, and she did a campaign, and at 16, this was all 14, 15, 16 years of age. I know that seems controversial for a lot of people. I'm just going to remind you that in Australia, contextually, our drinking age is 18, so it's not unusual for people to start thinking about careers at 16. I would say, I was totally career focused at 16. I was trying to go to Fashion Week to be a fashion designer. So I'm just going to leave that with you. I know in the States it's 21, and I know some people have an issue with children, I guess, being poached from modelling, but to be honest, I don't think Gemma Ward's upset about her success. I don't think she's mad about her career in hindsight. She was 16 years of age when she was in a photograph by Stephen Meisel for the cover of American Vogue. She was the youngest model to be featured on American Vogue cover, so I think that's incredible. But I know some people might feel differently about it. I just encourage you to feel happy for her success. And you know what? It's been done, so it's a little too late now. I don't think you can talk her out of it. But she was just a little tomboy from, I think, Western Australia. I've been obsessed with models because I wanted to be a fashion designer when I was younger. I thought that was my dream. What I realized my dream was I just loved the world of fashion. I didn't necessarily want to be a fashion designer. I just thought that was the appropriate channel to segue into as I got older, because I didn't know what else you could do with fashion other than style it, photograph it, or design it. It turns out you can be a mixed media artist and you can just draw it, just for fun, which is right up my alley and exactly what I wanted to be doing. So, in retrospect, it's funny to see that police are outside. In retrospect, it's funny to see that all of those years of me being so enamored with it and trying to fully immerse myself in that world was just for pure enjoyment, just for me to enjoy myself and for me to build a tool belt full of skills that I'll be able to pull on later. And now is the time, for such a time as this, when I get to pull out all those skills and do a mermaid piece, or when I'm making a book, I get to include lots of fashion stuff, or if I'm teaching a class, I get to talk about proportion and what I know about it and how to create certain kinds of fantasies. This is just something that I'm really happy to bring to the table. I love fashion. I still have such a passion for fashion, as the Bratz dolls would say. Speaking of Bratz dolls, do you remember those? I don't know if anyone out there was playing with them, but the thing I did ditch Barbie dolls for those. I just got really upset because their feet would snap off. So when I was trying to trade shoes, I couldn't really mix races when I was trying to trade their sandals, which I found to be a huge problem. I don't know if anyone else was finding that to be a huge problem. I'd have to make up in my head that she was wearing light pink colored socks or something with her sandals. It just really bothered me that they snapped on at the ankle. Anyway, we're not here to talk about Bratz. We're not really here to talk about anything, to be honest. I can just go on any tangent I want on this fine Saturday afternoon. I'm a little hangry too, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't really eaten yet. I've had a coffee, so I'm buzzed, but I need to eat. I loved fashion. Gemma Ward, she's just got the most interesting face that her face won't quit. It's like a mix of a Cupid doll and an alien and a baby doll and a waif and an elf and a fairy, whatever you want to call it. It's a mix of everything. And I just think the way that it's mapped out, congratulations to her parents, because it's so beautiful. There's something so captivating about her eyes and about the proportion of her face and the shape of it, and the features just work. It's no surprise to me that with that face and a 6 foot tall body that she is, that she did become a supermodel. And, you know, I'm super proud of her because she's Australian too. So we love to be proud of our own, don't we? I feel very patriotic when I see Gemma Ward in a Vogue editorial. But anyway, so this was years ago, and you know, I'm glad to be bringing fashion to my work now. I'm glad that I still get to really indulge myself in that. I love the transformation element about fashion. I love that it's its own world. I love that you know, you're sculpting you know, stories on people's bodies, and people are using that to express their own stories. And I love haute couture. I love things that are conceptual. I love avant-garde. I love couture. I love ready-to-wear. I love you know, just the challenge of trying to make a swimsuit that hasn't been made yet. I mean, I'm just fascinated to see how creative people can become faced with this this very unique challenge of telling their story and evoking their feelings and their aesthetics onto you know, into fabric, and then having other people convey that, you know, that message with you know, on their bodies. Even to see how people, how different designers take over fashion houses and how they respect the culture of the house and how they reinterpret and, you know, rebrand. That stuff to me is fascinating as well, because as someone that is very schizophrenic with their creating, like I always say I have obsessive creating disorder, because I could do anything at any point. I don't discriminate. Whatever I feel like doing, I'll just do it. As someone that does that a lot, sometimes I'm curious to know how I'll be reinventing myself, you know, a year from now, 4 years from now, 12 years from now, 40 years from now, and what evolutions my brand will go through whilst still remaining very me at the core. So I'm not meaning to get philosophical on you today. I just wanted to let you know that I'm having a very fashion day. I'm feeling my oats for fashion today. I'm feeling very glamorous, very fancy free, and I love fashion illustration. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'll probably always be doing it in some way, shape, or form, because this is just, it feels nostalgic to do it at this point, which is ridiculous because it wasn't that long ago. But you know, it's just one of those things that really brings me great joy. So I'm going to indulge myself in it, especially you know, when we're over halfway. We're in the home stretch of MERMAY now, so now's the time for me to be getting out all that stuff that I really want to be getting out. Side note, I've been so thankful for your response to the washi tapes. If you order before tomorrow, I will your guaranteed postage will go out on Monday. So just to let you know, I typically post everything out, get it ready on a Sunday, post it out Monday morning. So get on that if you're still interested in that. And until tomorrow, day 20, I will also try and edit together the video that I just filmed on foam stamps. It's a mess. I made such a mess, but people were asking how to make the foam stamps, so I put together a really, really quick tutorial. Hopefully I can edit that together and get that up for you at the end of today, just as a little bonus video, because I saw you guys really wanted to have a play, and it is super fun. So I'll try and get that up for you today. The video is all in pieces, but hopefully I can edit it after I get something to eat. Okay, I'm gonna go, bye.